The Seed Among the Stones, Small Town Soundtrack. A small village in central Vietnam, where the land was dry and cracked under the relentless sun and the hot winds swept through like fire, there lived a boy named Nam. Orphaned at a young age, Nam stayed with his frail grandmother in a worn-out thatched hut. Each day he worked for a handful of rice or a few sweet potatoes. Though life was harsh, one dream burned quietly in his heart: to turn the barren, stony land of his village into a field of green. Everyone in the village had tried farming before, but they had all failed. This land is cursed, they said, full of stones and dust. Even weeds struggle to survive. Why bother, Nam? He didn't argue, but every afternoon, while others rested, Nam went out to the barren fields, sweat soaking his back, picking out stones, pulling up weeds. Children passing by laughed. Look at Nam digging for nothing, as if anything will ever grow there. One rainy afternoon, while gathering rocks by the stream, Nam stumbled upon an old, dusty bag of seeds. The label was faded, only a few blurred letters remained. Someone must have thrown it away. He held the seeds tight in his hands, his heart pounding. Maybe this is a chance. He dug small holes and planted the seeds. At first, nothing went right. The water was scarce, the sun burned everything, the wind buried the seeds with sand. One day, mischievous kids trampled on the rows he had just prepared. Another time, a flock of chickens dug up the soil and scattered the seeds everywhere. Nam sat down, tears running down his face. For a moment, he wanted to give up, but his grandmother gently held his hand. Nam, poor soil isn't the real problem. The real problem is when people abandon it. You've sown the seeds, now sow your faith as well. Those words rekindled the fire in his heart. Nam continued his work, diverting water from the stream, covering the soil with dry straw to keep it moist, building a fence of bamboo to block the wind. Every dawn, before the rooster crowed, he was already in the field. Every night, he lay awake, listening to the crickets in the empty land, whispering to himself. The soil hasn't blossomed yet, because no one ever gave it enough time. 2 weeks passed, nothing. 3 weeks later, a tiny green sprout broke through the soil, trembling in the wind. Villagers shook their heads. That thing won't survive. It will wither soon. But Nam didn't stop. He watered it, shielded it, nurtured each fragile sprout like a treasure. After a month, the barren ground began to turn green. The seeds turned out to be a wild millet variety, tough, drought-resistant, edible for both people and livestock. The first harvest was small, but it gave Nam enough seeds to plant 10 times more land. By the second season, golden stalks swayed across the fields. Birds returned, the soil softened, weeds receded. Villagers started to notice. That boy, maybe he really did it. They came to him for seeds, for advice. Nam shared everything. Within a year, the once lifeless land became fertile. People no longer had to leave the village to find work. Children had food. His grandmother passed away with a peaceful smile, her eyes looking over the golden fields glowing under the sun. The village elder came to Nam, laid a hand on his shoulder and said, "We were wrong to mock you. It turns out what this land needed was someone who dared to believe in it." Nam smiled. "I'm not smarter than anyone. I just didn't abandon it the way everyone else did." From then on, the story of the boy and the seeds among the stones spread far and wide. It wasn't just about planting, it was about life. Sometimes what seems hopeless only needs someone patient enough to care. Faith, even the smallest seed of it, can grow, thrive, and change not only a patch of land,